All right, here we are in front of
the Potomac,
the Nile River here in Knoxville, Tennessee, getting ready for a I don't know. Vibes are okay, I think.
They're high.
I woke up feeling very negative, not feeling very good. You know, just when you win 3 straight, like you just made this place your own home. Like it feels like something's going to swing the opposite direction here at Food City Center, formerly known as Thompson Bowling Arena. Jack Pilgrim here with Zack Geoghegan. How are you feeling, Zachary?
Just in general?
No, I don't care.
I
don't care about that necessarily.
Had some breakfast this morning. We stopped at McDonald's on the way down. I had a sausage biscuit.
Yeah, I don't care about any of those things. I care about how you feel about the game. Yes.
I don't know. I think I feel still very good after the LSU comeback victory, how all that played out. I do think Kentucky matches up well with this Tennessee team. Tennessee is not lost this season here. They're 10-0 in Thompson Bowling Arena. One of those wins was a double overtime game against Texas A&M. I think that was their last game, or maybe 2 games ago. Yep. So they have performed well here. They have a really nice arena inside. I will say I like it a lot.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's nice. They got nice suites and everything.
What they did was they copied Rupp Arena. They said, "Wow, we want to actually look like a blue blood, so we're going to copy everything that Rupp Arena does well, but also like, hey, it's smaller, so we can add suites and kind of make it all fancier." But no, they copied. It's a replica of Rupp Arena.
They did a good job because it's nice in there. But as for Kentucky, how I'm feeling vibes with them, like I said, I think they match up well with this team. We'll see exactly what. Really, I think it all just comes down to Kentucky not going down 10-2 in the first 4 minutes, so that they can.
Is that a really tough ask? Like I feel like
yes.
Hey, don't get down. Don't get down by 100, and we have a chance.
Well, it turns out to be the most difficult thing to ask of this team because they can't stop doing it against any high major opponent. So if they can avoid that today, I really do like Kentucky's chances, but just got to find a way to buck that trend. And we'll talk. Maybe you want to talk about Yelovich's answer to that question yesterday, which was pretty hilarious because he just didn't have an answer actually to Jack's question of why is there slow starts.
It was funny. It was because Otega Owe, when he came out, like, hey, how important is this game beating Tennessee? He goes, well, in order to do that, we got to come out fast. Like, there's no excuses. We cannot come out slow. Blah 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 blah. Talking about just the importance of not doing what happened down in Baton Rouge. And when you ask Yelovich, okay, so why do we start so horribly? And he's like, well, I don't know, actually. I really don't have a great answer.
Try to explain it and be like, well, I don't really know. He's like, well, I think it's because of this. I don't really know. Maybe it's, no, you know what? I just don't know.
And it was like, end of answer.
That was the whole interaction. It was like, that's honest. And that's true because I don't think, it's not the injuries, it's not the rotations, it's not the lineups. Well,
he even brought that up. He was like, well, Pope did change up the starting lineup. He was like, well,
and then I
was a part of that starting lineup, and we didn't.
He was the only reason it wasn't a 20-point hole instead of a 15-point hole in the first 5 minutes.
We scored 1 basket in 11 minutes when I was in the starting lineup to specifically alter that. So, damn, I don't know. I don't really think I have an answer to that. I did love his answer when asked about, just the importance of this rivalry. Last year, it was like think of how we felt leaving Knoxville last year, that alley-oop at the end at Rupp Arena to beat Tennessee, and just kind of the vibes of like, man, we own this. We own that. And then how we felt leaving the NCAA tournament in the Sweet 16. It's like, oh, no, actually, they own it. We won the battles, but they won the war. So I asked Otega about that, how does that play on all of this? How does it play on your mind, Jerry Tipton? How does that impact your emotions going into that one, knowing that hey, you guys did sweep the regular season, but when it actually mattered, do you go in with a chip on your shoulder? And he was like, yeah, I think there's enough on our plate right now. We don't really need to worry about what happened last year. We got to take care of business right now and know the meaning of that. But we also understand the meaning of this Tennessee rivalry and doing that. Yeah. And then he also said, Yelovich kind of let it slip that 5 minutes before that media interview, Otega sent a TikTok of last year being here where Go Big Blue chants came out in the last couple seconds. Otega hit 2 big free throws. They miss a 3, and then Otega goes back to the line. And big blue, Go Big Blue chants echoed through the arena and said, that was a really cool thing. He sent that to the team like, hey, let's go do that again. Let's go replicate what happened last year. And Yelovich said, man, I don't know anything about Tennessee. I came to America I couldn't point to Tennessee on a map. I don't know their colors. I don't know any of that stuff. He's like, but F them. I hate Tennessee. So he's learning quickly, and I appreciate Otega's gesture to kind of stress the importance of this one.
Well, the entire team, you've got 2 SEC transfers Florida and Alabama guys, they definitely don't like Tennessee. Malachi Moreno, Jasper Johnson, they know the rivalry. They know all about that. So really it's just like Cam Williams and Yelovich are probably the only two guys, unless I'm missing someone off the top. Jalen Lowe, I guess, but he's not playing. So those are really the guys that don't exactly know what it's or everything about this rivalry. So I'm sure they have been caught up to speed pretty quickly by the rest of their teammates.
In terms of the actual game, Tennessee's playing 500 ball in the last 10 games. They have not been very good, but it's Tennessee. They're still very, very talented. Jacoby Gillespie is as good of a point guard as you'll find in the league. Nate Ament is a lottery pick. He is very, very talented, inefficient, but also he has those spurts of, hey, that's a pro and everybody else isn't. So how do you slow down this team that has just kind of lived and died by rock fights?
Well, they're the number one offensive rebounding team in the entire country. And Kentucky has not done well against teams that are really good on the offensive glass, so that's going to be a big key for Kentucky tonight is owning the defensive glass. Big opportunities for Malachi, Brandon Garrison, Mo Diabate, those guys, and Yelovich as well. Definitely. To come out here and really try and prevent Tennessee from scooping, because I think they're also, I don't know if they're number one in the country in second chance points, but they are up there in terms of second chance points because, like you said, not just Nate Ament being efficient. A lot of their team is inefficient. So they miss a lot of shots, but they're really good at getting them back and getting themselves easy opportunities at the rim. So that's going to be priority number one, is trying to keep them off the glass. Not a good three-pointing shoot. Well, I should take that. They're a good three-pointing shooting team. They don't like to shoot a lot of threes. Nate Ament is shooting 18% from three in conference play. Like I said, just not exactly the most efficient player. Jacoby Gillespie is really their main guy that you're going to want to defend from three.
Who is a dog.
Who is really good. He's averaging like 16, 17 points a game in conference play. So he's definitely someone you're going to want to look at. But then it's just like Jalen Carey. They got a couple of other big guys, Estrella,
Felix
Okpara. So they got a bunch of different big guys that can even come off the bench and make impacts as well. So definitely feels like if Kentucky can do a good job of not letting Tennessee get 20 offensive rebounds, Kentucky will have a chance. I think that's really the first part of where we'll start with the scouting report.
You know what's going to happen, right?
They're going to grab a bunch of offensive rebounds? Or
speaking of that, we've spent the last week talking about why Kentucky's better with Mo Diabate off the floor, and why Kentucky plays so much better with him off, and the pace is better, and he's this and he's that. He doesn't fight hard. He's going to go out and go 20 and 15 today.
Kentucky wins.
This is a Mo Diabate game. Right after all of the talking points about Mo and whether he's good or not, and teammate stuff, all that stuff. It's going to be a Mo Diabate game.
I would love for that to happen. We should have looked at what his stats were against Tennessee, and same with Denzel Aberdeen. I'll go look at that whenever we get back.
Well, you yap. I'll do it right now.
Yeah, go ahead and see what he's done over his career there. But yeah, he's going to have I don't know about a favorable matchup, but he'll be a guy that will definitely want to. You would want on Kentucky's side going up against a guy like, especially Carey in particular, who's just kind of a load down there, like a big human being. But Carolina plays like 18 minutes a game. Like, their bigs just kind of have to fluctuate in and out because they're not guys that want to score too much. They just kind of want to be bullies down in the paint, try and be as big and physical as possible. Tennessee's also a team that they average a lot of assists. Like, they have a high assist rate, but they have a high turnover rate as well. So they're prone to actually turning the ball over. Like, if they're not... They're probably not going to score a lot in isolation, essentially. Like, they're going to try and do a lot of ball movement. They're going to do their floppy action stuff with Rick Barnes. I'm sure a lot of that will include Nate Ament. It'll be interesting to see how they guard Nate Ament. Like, I imagine you just stick Cam Williams on him and say, hey, Nate,
that's probably the move.
Yeah, just say, hey, try and score around a guy that's not as tall and long as you, but 95% of it. So that'll be interesting to see how they deal with that and see if they can actually force some. Like, Ortega's been really good at being a ball hawk, ball thief. Can he sneak his way into some easy points for Kentucky in transition? That'll be a big key. They do give up a lot of threes as well as Tennessee team does. So if Kentucky can actually knock some down this game, I don't know if they're going to go 8 for 11 like they did in the second half against that LSU game. But if you can shoot 40%, 35% on decent volume today from three, it's another little feather in your cap as well. You got some Mo Diabate stats there against Tennessee.
He went for 8, 6, 1, and 1 in 19 minutes last year.
Okay. Well,
Took way too long to find that because the internet is just garbage out here right now. But we at least have some Mo Diabate stats. But he's going to up that. This is going to be a Mo Diabate game. Otega Owe has totally found his rhythm, and we talked. He was a little sick before Baton Rouge. He called it the flu. I did not like that.
I hope to God he didn't actually have the flu.
I hate that he sat down and was like, "Oh, I'm feeling great. I had the flu. I probably still had the flu." And even Ben Roberts was like,
"Yeah." He stepped away. He was like, "Okay,
no thanks." And he was like,
Maybe he was exaggerating.
You're probably fine, but he said, I woke up that morning before the game just feeling horrible, missed shoot around. So it explains a lot of his kind of uncharacteristic misses and turnover, like some of the ugliness of his start of the game. And man, he just found his footing by the end. And he also just said, like, hey, the turf toe thing was real. I was off the floor for 3 months. And I was like, it took a minute for me to get my feel back and just kind of get back in the flow and the rhythm and all of that stuff. And you could tell, I mean, he was unplayable at times early in the season, and then it got to a point, and he kind of talked, he's like, also on the non-conference, it's not live and die by every single game, but he's like, once you get to that conference, man, it's just like something clicks for you. And he's like, to his credit, if you look at the numbers, he's doing something only Jody Meeks has done since 08, 09. So
nice.
Can Otega Oweh continue and sustain that success and the continuity that we've seen to start SEC play?
Yes, he's going to have to give Kentucky a chance. He's averaging over 20 points a game in the SEC. It scored 20 points in all four SEC games. 9 of 18 from 3.
And 3 steals a game. That's the stat.
Game.
20 plus and 3+ steals on average through 4 SEC games. That's the Jody Meeks.
Jody Meeks averaged a lot of steals. I got good for him. So he's shooting the ball really well from kind of all over the floor. The free throw numbers are actually kind of dipping around a little bit, but he's still been able to get to the line, being a pretty decent passer. The defense is kind of back on par where it is, at least what you would expect out of him, at least on ball. So he's playing his best basketball right now. I don't think he's probably at that upper echelon of the SEC Player of the Year if you're just looking at those first 4 games, even still, just because of how he started. But he's definitely on his way to getting back to what the expectation was when the preseason started, with him being a high caliber, All-American type caliber player. So he's been awesome, and he's going to have to continue that because you are just kind of banking on him scoring 20 points a game right now. So you have to have that factored in because it's just hard to see where the rest of the offense can really get you to the 80 points a game if Otega's not scoring 20. So you kind of have to have that. And let's see if Denzel can
that was my next point. That was my next question.
If he can take the second half against LSU and really build on that moving forward and see if he can get another 15-point game today, that'll help Kentucky's chances a lot as well.
Yeah, I mean, that head-to-head battle with Jacoby Gillespie, I mean, that's one I'm keeping a very close eye on.
I wonder how they'll defend him. Otega or Denzel, both back and forth. How do you think they'll do that?
I think that's the beauty of it. If you have one, if one isn't working, you have the next. And if that one isn't working, you have Colin Chandler to throw at him. Like, you have options to address their greatest strength. So I do like that. And
look at all those garbage cans.
Tennessee,
pretty.
Never mind. we gotta be. We gotta.
Yeah, if you say something bad, Steven will get banned again.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, Steven can't go into this game. Steven is behind the camera. He cannot go in. I guess. Should we spoil why?
Because
Steven's just a good fan. Is actually, I think, the main thing. That's legitimately why Steven's not allowed in the building. He's a good fan. So, but he's So. He's got his UK gear on. He will be inside the arena though for the game. He has a ticket, so
he got it. He's going to be at the top of the Rupp Arena, Rupp Junior here in.
No media access for Steven.
No media access. It'll just be me and you, buddy. We'll enjoy.
We'll make it work.
All right, we want to do this?
Let's do some Parlor Pizza.
Parlor Pizza pregame predictions. Shout out to our friends Parlor Pizza. I actually ate at Parlor Pizza 2 nights ago.
What a shocker, this guy!
Gosh, unbelievably just delicious. I have the proof. Let me get the proof. You come up. You come up. No, I just want to prove it.
Okay.
Look, Parlor Pizza, delicious. That's what I ate.
What is it?
Proof. It's the hot honey, obviously. Look how delicious that is. Is that not just unbelievable? Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Big piece of pepperoni on there?
Yes, they're unbelievable. Shout out to our friends at Parlor Pizza. They are so freaking good.
It's good, yeah.
Just like these pregame predictions are going to be so freaking good. So what you got for us, Zachary?
Well, I was one of the 2 KSR people to actually predict a win for Kentucky in this game. And I think it's going to be kind of what we saw against LSU, like a mid-70s type game. They'll play in there. I think I have like 76-74 Kentucky pulling out the win. I'm going to say Otega's the MVP. I think he has to go for another 20-point game in this one, unless you just get a surprise performance from, let's say Colin Chandler goes off for, hits a few threes, or maybe even Trent Noah finds a way to do, he was the Tennessee killer last year at times. So let's see if he can come back in, and if he gets any run, does he actually, make some shots or at least get some opportunities. Same with Jasper Johnson. Like if he can get on the floor, let's just see if he can actually get some shots to fall in. But Otega has to be your MVP. If he doesn't score 20 points, I think it's going to be tough for Kentucky.
Yeah, I never pick losses. Like, it's just my thing. It's my shtick. It's my, I'm a homer. So it's hard for me, but winning 3 in a row down here in 5 of the last 6 down in Knoxville, we have owned this building. Things have gone very, very well for us in this building. I just have the luck just feels like it's not our time anymore. Like it just feels like Tennessee is due. And
use
just
up all the luck on that Moreno shot.
And considering just where Kentucky is, how Kentucky has played this season, just the ups and downs, the lack of consistency. Like I brought up, like my Parlor Pizza player of the game prediction is Mo Diabate. And it's like we haven't seen him play up to his standard over the last week. Like it's the lack of consistency and continuity that I think will be the reason why we lose this game.
You just never know who's like actually going to play at this point. Like it seems like every game a new guy could come in and play 20 minutes out of nowhere, which kind of makes it a little bit fun, a little frustrating at times.
And that happens when you have Jalen out, when Jaden Quaintance is in and out and in and out.
Like the fourth time this season that Mark Pope's had to redefine
actually
the roster.
There is some, like it's going to be the same starting lineup, the same group that they rolled out there. It didn't help anything last time, but it's at least the same one. So I just feel like their luck is out, and I don't think it's going to be a crippling loss if they do unfortunately leave Knoxville with a loss. I think you bought yourself a little bit of grace with that LSU win, but that also makes the next two next week, Texas, Ole Miss, like absolute must wins for this program, just to kind of get back into the conversation, because right now I just hate the bubble being in this territory. 10 seed today, I hate that. I hate feeling this way, so I don't think they get it done today, but I do think that it's the start of
got a score?
building towards something down the road. I'm going with a 72-67 loss here in Knoxville.
He said it.
Unfortunately, at the Food City Center here at Thompson Bowling Arena. So hopefully I'm wrong. Hopefully you're right. And hopefully Stephen can get in the building, because he is deemed a threat to society down here in Knoxville. So for Jack Pilgrim, for Zack Geoghegan, hopefully for Stephen Peak, we'll see you on the other side. Go Cats.